Hey, who'd you talk to? What's going on? It's legit fantasy football with me, King Mike L. Here with another quick hit for you. We're going to do the top 15 hardest punchers in boxing. I did my last list of the top 10 heavyweights of all time. Excuse me. I left a few out. You guys made sure I knew that I left a few guys out. Everybody wanted to tell me right away. Lennox Lewis, Sonny Liston. So we will be having the top 10 heavyweights of all time, part 2. There's just literally that many. But right here, we're going to stick with strictly the hardest hitters. Number 15, David Tua. You guys know David Tua. You ever watch any of his fights? He could also be on here for the strongest chin. I mean, little guy, reminded me of like a Hawaiian Tyson, just not as good. Number 14, Bob Foster. Now, there's going to be some of these guys that I don't have a wealth of knowledge in. I'm more of a football, basketball, pro wrestling, then boxing, then MMA, and then eventually you'll make it down to hockey, baseball, and then I don't think you count soccer. Do we count soccer? Does anybody count soccer? No, I'm not going to count soccer. Nope. So number 14 is Bob Foster. Number 13, Archie Moore. What I'm going to tell you about these guys is when I say the name, you go online, you do the research. I'll prove you wrong. I'll prove myself right. Either way, Archie Moore comes in at number 13. Number 12, Smoking Joe Frazier. Can't say enough about that. Number 11. Now this is a guy that I've watched many YouTube videos on this guy. They've done like really extensive looking into how hard he hit, and that is Julian Jackson at number 11. Dude had a flat top like cameo. Word up. Oh, it's the code word. Cameo. But Julian Jackson hit like a beast. Julian Jackson was a knockout artist. Number 10, Deontay. I wore too much stuff. I've got a million complaints. Wilder. Deontay Wilder has the eraser. It erases everything bad in front of him. He literally does have that. However, Tyson Fury bullied him, stayed right in his grill, leaned on him with the weight, pushed him. Wilder didn't like that. When bullies get bullied, they fold. That's a fact. Number 9. This is the man I left off the other list that I got the most crap for. Number 9, his hardest hitter is Lennox Lewis. He was a gold medalist. He made Oliver McCall cry and have a nervous breakdown in the corner. Lennox was a beast and would probably be in the top 10. He didn't make my top 10, which is, people a little bit mad at that. But he will be in the next top 10, apparently. And number 9, heaviest hitter. Number 8, Vladimir Klitschko. He was by far my favorite of the two brothers. I think they were boring, personally. They ruled boxing for so long that I think they hurt it. I think they hurt heavyweight boxing. I don't think they did anything positive. I think they just had such a clutch on heavyweight boxing. And when you would watch them fight, they boxed. They weren't trying to knock anybody out or anything like that. They boxed. So, he could hit like a monster. As far as a fighter, keep it over there. As far as a hitter, he can stay at number 8. Number 7 is Jack Dempsey. Again, just go watch. Fighting for his life, fighting for food. He was a traveling guy, needed the money. He looked like he was fighting for his life, and he was. Number 6 is Charles? Yeah, Charles Sonny Liston. You ever go back and watch that fight against him and Muhammad Ali and wonder if Sonny Liston was fighting completely? Because there were rumors that the mob, because Sonny Liston was involved with the mob, that Sonny Liston threw that fight to the younger Muhammad Ali. That's a rumor. I don't know if I believe it, but it was just weird the way Sonny Liston lost. Before that, Sonny Liston was, no one intimidated you more than Sonny Liston because, one, again, he was involved in the mob, and two, Sonny would do really bad things to you if he could. So at number 6 was Sonny Liston. Number 5, Rocky Marciano at number 5. I mean, come on. I said it in the last video. The Rock hit. It was just like concrete coming at you. And he's just standing in front of you. And you're hitting him. But he's still throwing punches. He's just trying to throw the short left, long right. He just wants that. And eventually he gets it. And he hits you from here all around so that you don't lift arms, you don't move. Rocky was like, why was he the heavyweight champ undefeated for so long? Why? Why do you think? He couldn't move. He couldn't dance. He just hit you. Number 4, Joe Louis. Joe Louis. I can't tell you how many people were like, Joe Louis should have been higher. Joe Louis should have been. And Joe Louis is loved. But he's like a generation 2, 3 before me. So, on my heavyweight list, he was a little up, but as a hitter, he's number 4. Number 3, Ernie Shavers. He could have been number 1. He easily could have been number 1. If you watch how Ernie used to hit people and knock people out, but just ask and just go back and watch Foreman talk about him, Muhammad Ali talk about him, on and on and on. Just let them talk about him and Kenny Norton. Kenny Norton, another hitter. He would somehow be in this list. I probably would have made him 16, I guess. But trust me when I say, Shavers hit like you were getting hit by a car in the face. Number 2, Iron Mike Tyson. Now, you can fight me on that one, but I'll tell you this. Some of Mike Tyson's knockouts where he hit people, it looked like their face might crush and implode. It might implode. Speaking of that, Ernie Shavers actually hit somebody one time so hard that his boxing glove imploded. He hit the guy and it popped, and there was a big cut in it, and they had to fix it because that's how hard the force was that he threw. But back to number 2, Iron Mike Tyson. In his prime, whatever. Even watching him now getting ready to fight Roy Jones Jr. in this over 40 league, might have to start training. See how bad I can get my ass whooped. Number 1 heaviest hitter of all time, as stated by legitfantasyfootball.com, would be Big George Foreman. Now, George hit ridiculously hard. If you watch the When We Were Kings documentary, which is one of my favorite documentaries of all time, and they talk about how they would walk Muhammad around the gym, so they come in the back entrance to train, so they didn't have to walk by Foreman hitting the heavy bag, because apparently there was a dent about yay big, and he was just destroying it, and it mentally would not be a good thing to see if you're going to fight this guy, that he could do that. And then he even showed that how hard he could hit at age 45. I mean, age 45, he's fighting a 20-something-year-old guy, and he's taking a beating, standing still. He can't move. He ain't ducking. He ain't dodging. He's waiting. Trying to gauge where the guy is. So he hit him with the right. Trying to gauge Moore where he is. Michael Moore is, and he went. Michael Moore was dancing. I told you, Teddy Atlas was like, oh, he's just another guy. We sparred against better people than him. Which I'm so happy that Teddy Atlas lost, because Teddy Atlas had a long speech about how Mike Tyson wasn't the greatest, and how the greatest have to face adversity and all this shit. You know what, Teddy? Mike was like 15 to 18. From that age group, what are you talking about, dude? He had a father figure, right, that passed away. And then he kind of spun around. Now, because he didn't fight back from adversity, are you sure what you're saying, Teddy, is he just wasn't trained correctly? Because he looked like he was trying to fight back until the end when he started biting everybody, flipping out. So, I'm sorry, Teddy. And I even bumped into Teddy Atlas once at a casino in Connecticut and talked to him for a little bit. And I don't like Teddy Atlas. I got to tell you that. I don't like him as a person. I don't like his opinions. I think he's very, very biased, and I think he lets his emotions get the best of him. So let me go over this one more time. I'm going to run down top heaviest hitters, top 15 heaviest hitters in boxing ever. Run down. Number 15, David Tua. Number 14, Bob Foster. Number 3, Archie Moore. Number 12, Joe Frazier. Number 11, Julian Jackson. Number 10, Deontay Wilder. Number 9, Lennox Lewis. Number 8, Vladimir Klitschko. Number 7, Jack Dempsey. Number 6, Charles Sonny Liston. Number 5, Rocky Marciano. Number 4, Joe Louis. Number 3, Ernie Shavers. Number 2, Mike Tyson. Number 1, Big George Foreign. That was the top 15 heaviest boxing hitters of all time here on Legit Fantasy Football. Please go to our website, legitfantasyfootball.com. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on anywhere you go. Here's our YouTube channel. We've got content coming out constantly. We're going to have a live show again tomorrow from either 10 to 11. It's 10 to 11 live. It'll be on our site, legitfantasyfootball.com. Tomorrow, it's like week 8 in football. It could be week 8 or week 9. As a Giants fan, you start to forget what week you're in. Because after 4 years of losing every week, it just blends, dude. It just blends. It blends. Also, look for my video come out about the New York Giants. And other stuff like that. So, please tune in tomorrow, 10 to 11, legitfantasyfootball.com. I'm King Michael. Thank you for watching this. Later.